So Amazon, the biggest rainforest in the world, but also one of the biggest stock companies in the world. But should you buy Amazon stock right now? The big question. Let's find out. So this is your daily stock ticker investigation. It used to be called your daily stock ticker inspection, but I think investigation just sounds cooler. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Whichever one is the most popular, I will pick investigation or inspection. Comments. While you're there, hit that like button. Make sure that Thor is happy with you and he turns that like button blue. Subscribe, turn on the bell, and let's talk about a rainforest. Not really a rainforest, you know what I mean. It's named after a rainforest, but it is actually one of the biggest companies in the world, with the richest man in the world at its helm. Which is crazy to say if you look at Amazon's starting picture. If this is true, and I don't really know if it is, please correct me in the comments if it isn't. But this is a great story. So Jeff, big thumbs up, I know you're a fan. So Jeff Bezos, the head of Amazon, recently crossed 200 billion in net worth, which is, well, that's the dream. And Amazon's valuation is currently at 1.7 trillion. Yes, trillion, which is nuts. That is richer than these countries on screen. Like I said, in the recent news, Jeff Bezos just crossed 200 billion, which is a phenomenal height. And big congratulations to Jeff. I'm actually, as far as CEOs go, you know, everyone talks about Tim Cook or Zuckerberg. Jeff Bezos is probably my favorite. I just don't know. I love the little bald guy. Looks a bit like Howie from America's Got Talent. Oh my God, I've just revealed I watch America's Got Talent. It's the wife. That's all I'm saying, it's the wife. Amazon also just recently ordered a bunch of electrical vehicles for that last mile. Now this whole goal is to so that Amazon can help deliver these goods to you quicker. Amazon's whole purpose over the last few years is to try and get people. They've tried drones, they've tried electrical vehicles, they've tried autonomous vehicles that can drive themselves. Judgment Day is here. And their whole goal is that if you click something, you can potentially order, if you're close to a store, in an hour and get delivered within an hour, which is, well, that's the dream, right? I mean, I live in Hungary. I have to order Amazon from Germany or UK, and it takes, well, weeks for things to get here. It's like I live on a remote island. But Hungary's not surrounded by water. Help. Please, help. Amazon has also recently opened a grocery store where you can go in, buy some good products, get it, get out, happy days. Moving into the supermarket chain seems like a bit of a crazy step for a tech company, but I don't think it'll stop there. I think eventually they'll also have tech stores, they'll also have all sorts of other stores, and it's just another revenue for Amazon to venture to. After all, Amazon started out as a competitor for eBay, and now it's a competitor for Netflix. So they are branching out in many different ways, and I think it's a matter of time before Amazon breaks into the food chain. I mean, I don't think in the States you can buy alcohol on Amazon. Correct me if I'm wrong there, but I know on the UK website, I've actually ordered a lot of whiskeys and spirits from the UK, get it delivered here in time for Christmas, and then I can give that as a gift. So some of those spirits I can't get here in Hungary, I can order from the UK, they get delivered. Happy damn days, which is another level. I mean, I'm going online and I'm buying whiskey. That's just great because I can buy it alongside buying clothes for my baby and stuff that I'm not excited about. But that is the news on Amazon. That's like the biggest news ever, right? I mean, fundamentally speaking and long term, Amazon is a great ticker and it probably will continue to go up. But as you know, I am a value investor and I will not be buying a stock riding this high like Amazon is. Why? Well, let's jump over to the magical mark and find out. So Amazon is riding very close to their all-time highs. Now, I do think Amazon will probably continue grinding up. I do think you can get in on the dips, but for me, I need a big correction for me to get in. The stock is valued at over $3,000 a share. That is also leading a lot of speculation that the theme with Apple and Tesla and a few other companies talking about doing splits, that Amazon may do a split. But how much, that is beyond me, because I don't think they'll do a 3 or a 5 to 1, because that puts their stock really at still over $1,000 or close to. And I think that if they did do one, it'd have to be a 10 or even a 20 to 1 stock split, which would be quite very rare to find, to be honest. But there's no need for Amazon to do it. They have very good revenues, and I think that they want to keep maybe this prestige, but that's all speculation. Let's see. For me, Amazon on the chart, again, if we want to be a value investor, anywhere around this area, provided we're not in a recession, is a good area to buy and hold for a good couple of years. But right near the top, as a rule of thumb, I will never, ever, ever buy the top of a chart. And that, boys and girls, is called trading. So coming down to the valuation, analysts are averaging that it is overvalued by 41.8%. I strongly disagree with that. I do think it might be overvalued, but I think it's probably closer to the, fair valuation in my opinion. I just think that it's not a good time to buy because of the chart, to be honest. If we look at the PE ratio, the company's PE ratio is mega overextended at 128.4, which is another reason not to buy. And the industry is only at 30 and the market is at 19.1. Now, Amazon has shown great potential. So I do think that, again, long term, it's probably a good company to hold. Just with these indicators alone, it scares the hell out of me, to be honest. Now, maybe that is because of this tech boom. It may be because of partial shares from Robinhooders. There's a lot of speculation there, but quite frankly, that scares me. That is a very big PE ratio. And their PEG is at 3.9. With Amazon's expected growth of crazy, estimates like 30% plus per year, it's still got a very high PEG ratio, which scares me a lot, to be honest. So when it comes down to value, we've got Facebook there. I'm just going to delete that. That's from yesterday's video. If you want to see it, check the last video I uploaded, because apparently you can't do pointing here or here anymore because that's going to stop very soon. But Amazon, as far as good value goes, given in the overvaluation of people, given in the PE and the PEG, it's a mixed bag. I'm going to put this probably as a 5. I'm going to be very conservative there. And that is just because I don't want to buy it here. If it comes down a lot, maybe I do, but the PEG and the PE scare the damn hell out of me. The PE ratio is going to have to go down as a 1, and the PEG, I'm probably going to put that as a 2, to be honest. Now, future growth, again, this is all speculation. I don't really go too much on it, but everyone's expecting this company to grow, which leads me to believe is how the hell are analysts saying it's overvalued. And if we come down to their financial health, we can see that their assets megally outweigh their liabilities, which is always good to see. So again, as far as risks goes, unless anything crazy happens to the company, I think that's quite solid. I'm going to put that down as a 13. Obviously, 1 being very high risk. When it comes down to dividends, now they don't pay a dividend like Facebook. I don't understand this. Pay us a damn dividend and we'll buy your stock. God damn you, Facebook and Amazon and Bezos and Zuckerberg. Share the wealth, guys. Share the wealth. But that dividend is putting it in at a 1. Management, obviously we have Jeff. He's been there for a while now. Paying himself a modest salary of 1.6 million. And you might be laughing, oh, modest. The guy is the CEO of one of the biggest companies in the world, and he's paying himself 1.6 million. Zuckerberg's paying himself 23. Think about it. So, yeah, when Jeff Bezos is actually worth, 200 billion, and he's only paying himself 1.6 a year, that 200 billion is actually his shares. So he doesn't have that in the bank. So, yeah, 1.6 is not a lot for a CEO of this stature. It's not. It really isn't. So, good man, Jeff. That's why I love you. Now, recent insider buying and selling. Now, we do have this warning here that there's been sufficient data to provide if there's recent insiders for the last 3 months, but we can see there's no real sales, there's no real buys during this whole pandemic. So that leads me to believe as well is it's sort of in this no man's land where you don't really want to buy or sell a stock. It's sort of a hold, what they call a hold, where everyone's sort of indifferent. If you've got a position lower, you should hold it. If you've got a position higher, you should also, quite frankly, hold it, because we don't know which direction the stock's going to go. So it's very indecisive middle ground at the moment. Coming down to it, we see Jeff Bezos there. He has a 54 million shares at $3,000 a share. 185 billion, wow. We've got Vanguard Group, who have assets of 112 billion there. We've got BlackRock, we've got McKinsey. So we have big names again in this stock, and none of them are selling, which is a solid indicator. So Amazon, where should I buy? What should I do? Should I add? Should I sell? Should I stop my Amazon subscription? Well, for that, we're gonna need a whiskey. So Jeff, I know you're a big fan. I actually bought this canister and the whiskey inside it from your shop, so cheers. But the big question, is Amazon a good buy right now? Well, again, it's similar to the Facebook story. I'm a value investor. So for me, if you're in at a decent price, I would strongly hold, but I wouldn't be adding to my position here. I'd be waiting for dips and trying to buy them and maybe scaling out a bit into the big rips. So for me, it is a hold. It is not a buy, it is not a sell. But I do think this company is going to grow exponentially over the next 10 years, as I did with Facebook. So if you bought it right now and held it for 10 years, I think you would make good money, 100%. But because it doesn't pay dividends, I can't buy it here. Quite frankly, it just goes against everything I stand for. And I've got to stand up for what I believe in, right? So what I want to know is, have you bought Amazon? Do you think it's a good buy at the current price? Now, people who've been watching my videos are commenting, you don't know what you're talking about, Tesla's a good buy here, Facebook's a good buy here, or whatever, but you're missing the point of what I'm saying is, I'm not saying that it's not gonna go up in the future, but what I'm saying is it good value right now? Now, people are getting value mixed up completely, because just because the stock is gonna go up in the next 2 weeks even, like Tesla probably will after it's split on Monday, it doesn't mean it's good value because it's overstretched. There's a big difference. That is sort of a speculation trade. That is just trading. It's not value trading. Value trading is where you buy something cheap and then you hold it until it goes high. Tesla is not cheap. Amazon is not cheap. Facebook is not cheap. So it's not a value buy in my opinion. If you want to learn more on day trading, I strongly suggest you check out the chat room in the description, currently at $10 a month for the first 100 members who join. And there I post whatever I am looking at, buying, and every week I post my current portfolio. So you can see what I am looking at. Ask me questions directly. I am there every single day. You download a little EchoFin app and you get alerts. It's great. Honestly, you should seriously check it out. Please do appease the YouTube gods by hitting that like button, turning it blue. Make sure that Zeus strikes it with a thunderbolt and it stays blue for the rest of your life. Subscribe, turn on the bell, and at the end of this video, check out the 2 videos on screen because they are probably very much worth watching if you found this video by mistake on said YouTube. All right, I'm gonna now go and watch, hopefully, Liverpool win the Charity Shield, which is not called the Charity Shield anymore, I've just found out. But we're going to win something against Arsenal. So cheers, you'll never walk alone. See you very soon.